So what I found, I mean, when I went into Wandsworth Prison, I was absolutely amazed at the ingenuity of how we're getting drugs into the prison. And what I learned was that they had people on the outside throwing tennis balls over. And when they got the signal that the tennis ball had landed in the right place, then they could send the tennis ball over with the drugs in. So I thought about this and I thought, wow, there's so much brain power, so much ingenuity, so much creativity going on in a prison, and all put to the worst possible use. So I came with this radical idea. Well, in fact, David and I came up with this radical idea when we were just sort of chatting about it. And we said, what if you put all that ingenuity to good use? All that, I mean, there's some really amazing technical know-how, creativity, making things. What if you took all of that? Neutral prison, because the prison would need to support some kind of business so that people were being given skills, they were producing something, and they were genuinely paying back a debt to society, so that what they were doing became cost neutral, and then leaving with self-esteem, with skills, with a way of earning an income, with more than they came, they were leaving with more than they came in with. And I don't know, maybe that's pie in the sky. I don't see it. I'm an entrepreneur. I have made something out of nothing several times in my life. I started an advertising agency with a desk and a telephone. I started a charity shop with begging for some start-up money. I started a charity from my front room at home. It's possible to make something out of nothing if the will is there and if the skills are there and if the people are motivated in the right way to do that. So I love this idea of a cost-neutral prison, and that instead of hurting people, to teach them a lesson, which, you know, we've clearly found hasn't worked. I mean, it just hasn't worked because the reoffending rates tell you that you could actually say, well, actually, yes, you are going to pay a debt to society because you have created loss or harm. It's tangible. There are people who've been affected by it. And what we're going to do is we are going to remove you from society. You are going to have certain freedoms taken away from you while we readjust something and work with you in order to create something that pays back to society, that's a living demonstration that everyone can see. Now, if we began in prison like that, and we started by saying we need to create something that's really productive, really effective, really efficient, and that has community in it, the people who've got, you know, more skills, more on the money, are going to have to look after some of the people who are less able. If it means that then we need to keep something really good and beautiful happening, which we need to get into a dialogue, which means we need to work out how to deal with conflict, which means we need to work out how to get along with each other to be the most productive and beautiful version of ourselves that there is, and I'm given the testing ground in which to try that, then is I've got a far better chance of watching somebody and saying, actually, this person gets it. This person gets it and has demonstrated something that means I'm going to give this guy a chance, I'm going to give this woman a chance, I'm going to give this person a chance to go back in and take that and apply it here when their freedom isn't taken away. So the good news of what I'm describing is that the structures are already there. So what I'm not saying is, I'm not idealistically saying knock all the jails down and get rid of all the people that work in them and, you know, and start all over again and redesign it all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there are some perfectly adequate prisons. There are some perfectly good people that work in prisons. There are some people who've done stuff, need to find a readjustment. And what this requires is a chain of intention. So all the infrastructure is actually already there. So what I'm proposing isn't going to cost a lot of money. But probably, my guess is, knowing what I know about life, probably going to save us a fortune.